Greetings, everyone. Well, it is. Don't mind all the boxes behind me stacked all over the place. I'm actually in the middle of packing because I'm going to be moving sometime around the end of this month or the beginning of next month. I haven't actually found a place yet, but I'm not too concerned about that. There's a lot of places available in town. And, yeah. Basically, just time for a change. Too many memories here, and I feel it's time to leave the past in the past and move forward. Also, there's other issues, like the whole asbestos thing that took them absolutely forever to fix, to the point where Annetta and my stepfamily and I essentially don't feel that this is a safe environment for Rosie to be in. Plus, there's also the fact that there's a lot of other stuff that's been broken for ages. You know, like my kitchen faucet has been dripping and doesn't shut off properly for almost 2 years now. And I've put in countless work requests to get it fixed. I've been assured that it will be fixed. It has not been fixed. And there's other things, like my bathroom fan has never worked. There's a doorknob that came off in my hand, and that was put in, work requests were put in for that. That was never fixed. Oh, and did I mention my crackhead neighbors who are constantly trying to kill each other? Yeah, there's been not one, but 2 attempted murders right outside my window since I've been living here. Yeah, well, not literally right outside my window, but, in the building that I see right outside my window. And the apartment that is directly in line with my window has some of the loudest, most obnoxious, and just dumb as a post crackheads in the world. I mean, they are getting into screaming fights, cussing, and threatening each other every single day, sometimes morning, noon, and night. Doesn't matter if it's the weekend and they're partying, whatever, any day, pretty much every single day. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons that I want to get out of here. It would also be nice to find a place that's a little bit closer to work. So we're going to try to get a place a little, well, me will try to get a place a little bit closer to work and a little more convenient and such. I mean, yeah, I am really close to a bus route here, but it's still a pain in the ass. The bus that takes me to work is basically the most infrequent bus on that particular bus route. Yeah, it gets me right to work, but I literally have to get to the bus stop a full hour early just to get there on time. It only takes about 15 minutes to get to work from here, but I have to get there like an hour early because otherwise if I miss the earlier bus, the next one doesn't get me there on time. Yeah, there's like 1, maybe 2 an hour. Yeah, that's just no good. So I know what the buses are like downtown, so I figure if I can get a place closer to downtown or just closer to work, walking distance would be great, then I can get buses that are much more frequent and won't take so bloody long to get up there. Anyway, this was actually going to be a package opening video because I have a couple of packages to open, but it just kind of turned into an update, didn't it? Well, let's just make it an overall update, and we'll do the package opening next time. So, yeah, long and the short of it is, job is going really well, and yeah, and I'm moving. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Yeah, so over the next little while, I do have a bunch of Blu-rays that I've been buying while doing the Dead Space videos, so you'll be getting a whole slew of Blu-ray updates. I'm going to actually, rather than do them all as one massive update, because I like to ramble, I'm actually going to split them up and kind of categorize them a little bit and talk about each one a little bit more in depth than you might normally see in a typical update video the way other people do them. Yeah, I like to be different, and you know that. That's why you're here, because you just dig my style. Let's see, what else? Going to be doing some more Dead Space stuff as well. I know that a lot of you are experiencing some Dead Space 2 withdrawal because the walkthrough is over. Well, rest assured there is some more Dead Space stuff coming. I will be doing a disambiguation video talking about the various side stories. I'll probably do that fairly soon. I'm also going to do a couple more gameplay videos. There's a few sort of tips and tricks that I picked up just in my subsequent playthroughs. By the way, I've played the game 5 times all the way through, in case you're wondering by this point. After finishing the walkthrough, I played it through again on normal. Basically the idea being to get more of the weapons and upgrade more of the weapons, just basically doing an upgrade run. And then I thought, hey, why am I doing it on normal? If I'm just doing an upgrade run, why don't I play it on casual to get the maximum amount of ammo, health, and money drops, and then I can get everything upgraded even faster. So I actually did two runs on casual, and after all was said and done, I now have every single suit, every single weapon, everything is fully upgraded, and I have a safe absolutely overflowing with ammo, health, and all kinds of other goodies. So yeah, pretty cool. So anyway, what I'm planning to do as far as gameplay videos is nothing as epic as the walkthrough, obviously, because I mean it would be pointless to do another walkthrough just to show you a different difficulty level. But basically what I'm thinking of doing is a missed bits video that'll show you a few things that that I either discovered through subsequent playthroughs or that were pointed out to me by viewers in the comments that I thought you'd be interesting. Specifically, the missed bits will be story segments. So when I did my subsequent playthroughs, I actually did individual saves rather than doing just a handful like I did originally. So basically I have quick and easy access to all the different sections of the game. So this time, unlike the first time when I did the first game, I can actually just jump right into a particular part of the game if I want to show you something specific. So that's pretty good. Oh, I should mention, after playing my second playthrough on normal and the subsequent 2 on casual and just loading up on stuff, well, the other reason for doing all that was because, of course, I wanted to tackle Zealot mode, which is the highest difficulty level. So I thought, well, let's go into Zealot mode with fully upgraded weapons and a safe full of stuff in case I need it, and we'll be good to go. So I went and I did my 5th run on Zealot difficulty, and I gotta tell you, in all honesty, it was kind of a cakewalk. I think I was actually way over-equipped. I hardly ever dipped into the safe for anything, so all that stuff that I'd accumulated was basically just sitting there collecting dust. Because I didn't need to buy nodes or anything, because everything was already fully upgraded, I could just dump all my money into ammo and health. And the other thing I noticed was in Zealot mode, there really doesn't seem to be a big difference in terms of how much ammo, health, and credits are dropped versus the easier difficulties. The only real difference I noticed was the necromorphs take a few more hits to go down, and they do more damage to you if they hit you. So definitely helps to have the higher level suits. And yes, can you guys please stop bugging me about Transformers? I'm going to do Transformers, okay? I will do Transformers before I move, alright? I'll get Transformers done, and we can all get on with our lives. Man, I cannot believe. I mean, on the one hand, I'm glad you guys enjoy the Transformers reviews, and I'm sorry that it's taken so long, but, you know, shit happens. It just works out that way sometimes. And, well, I'll get them done before I go, so that you can still see the... Oh, actually, I took down the Halloween decorations. And I took down the Christmas decorations. Look at that. Yeah, so anyway, I will do Transformers, and I'll try to get all the backlog of Blu-ray updates and everything out of the way as well. I'm basically just going to be filming videos like crazy over the next few days and posting as we go. The video game, I was going to do the PS2 overview collection to finish that up, but the PS2 games are actually packed now, so that's going to have to wait until we're in the new place. I don't think that there's not very much left to do anyway. I mean, I covered sort of the main big ones, I think, in the first series I did. But anyway, whatever. I still haven't finished watching G.I. Joe, so the G.I. Joe review will, I don't know when that's coming. Eventually, one of these years. But I'll at least get Transformers finished up, because I know a lot of you have been dying to see the rest of it and stuff like that. We've got one more part of the VHS overviews to do, and then we'll be into the DVD era, and we'll talk about that. And then we're going to spend multiple parts talking about the Shout Factory set, because, of course, there's a lot to cover there. Okay, so what else? What else is new? Anything else new? Just looking around, seeing if there's anything I haven't really covered. No, I think that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Moving, packing, Blu-raying, and gaming. Oh, actually, I bought a PSN card for sort of a little birthday treat for myself, in addition to several Blu-rays, which we'll talk about next time, or in a few videos. And with the PSN card, I finally bought Dead Space Ignition, so I'm going to check out those conduit rooms that are unlocked in the main Dead Space 2 game as a bonus if you finish Ignition. And of course I also unlocked the hacker suit, which is a bonus suit. I haven't tried it yet, I haven't checked it out yet. And I actually just finished Ignition, like all the different, you can do multiple paths through the story, so I finished all the multiple paths and got all the hack trophies and everything in that. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't really blown away by Ignition. I thought it was kind of, you know, simplistic. I expected more out of the story. The branching aspect is kind of cool, but now, because the story branches in like 4 different directions, or 6 different no, I guess there's 2, I don't know, there's a bunch of different paths you can take anyway. There's like sort of 4 different sub-endings that lead up to the main ending, and the main ending is the same for all of them. But anyway, I can think now that the canonicity of the story is kind of in dispute now, because there's so many different paths you can take through the story. So what's the real story, you know? There's really no answer to that. I mean, there is no real story. It's whichever path you choose, whichever path you prefer, and yeah, it doesn't really matter. So that's kind of annoying. I actually don't like how they did that, because now it's all confusing, and it's like all the other stories are very simple, standalone, and fit into the continuity nicely. But this one is just like, you know, what the hell? And what was with turning it into a hacking game? Like, yeah, let's take this third-person action horror shooter and turn it into a hacking game, like basically a mini puzzle game kind of thing. I don't know. I think it was kind of ill-conceived, to be honest. And I found some of the hacking games, to be honest, not particularly fun. They were just kind of annoying. And yeah, so that's my mini review of Ignition. That's all you're getting. I'm not going to talk about it that much. Well, I might talk about it a little bit more in the disambiguation video, I guess, but anyway, whatever. And what else did I get? I, of course, also got Dead Space Severed. I will be doing a walkthrough of that one. I have not played it yet, so it'll be another first impressions one. I've heard from some other people that it's actually harder than Dead Space 2, so we'll see how we do. Yeah, and I don't think you can carry over your upgraded weapons either. You got to go in fresh, man. So, but Severed is actually a follow-up to Extraction. It follows a couple of the survivors of Extraction and continues their story. So I enjoyed Extraction, well, at least the story. I thought the gameplay was kind of lacking, but I definitely enjoyed the story of Extraction, so I'm looking forward to checking out Severed. And what else did I get? Oh yeah, and then also I basically just got a $20 card, and was it Ignition? Dead Space Ignition was like $5. Extraction was, I think, $7, or not Extraction. Extraction. You actually can get Extraction as a download, but it's not $7. Severed was $7, and then I bought an old PS1 game for like $6. I picked up R-Types, which is basically the PS1 release of the original arcade versions of R-Type 1 and 2. And they're basically just straight ports of the arcade version. I mean, you even have to put in quarters by pressing the select button. And then you also get some new cinematic intros, which had a really bad sound mix on them. You couldn't really hear the guy narrating them very well because the music and sound effects were so damn loud. But the visuals are kind of cool anyway, at least, you know, in that early mid-90s fuzzy PlayStation quality CG video way. Yeah, so I love old school shoot 'em ups, so R-Types was basically a no-brainer for me. There's another one on the PSN store, actually, another PS1 called R-Type Delta, which is some kind of a follow-up version. So I thought, well, we'll go with R-Types first because it's the original 2, and then we'll move on to R-Type Delta later. But I don't know, I was just in the mood for some old school shooter action, and to be honest, I never really played the R-Type games very much. I did play Super R-Type on the Super NES, and I do actually have a fully recorded playthrough of that, which you'll see on an MMC Retro episode at some point in time. I don't know when exactly. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. So that was sort of my birthday treat to myself, in addition to the Blu-rays that I picked up, of course, which we'll talk about later. Alrighty, I've been rambling for almost 15 minutes, so let's wrap this update up, and we'll talk to you next time. So until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Now this time I actually did play through, now this time when I did my oh, I should mention also, after finishing my after finishing my second playthrough on normal, yeah, the other reason, update up, have a nice meaty belch.